a singer in a bush band and I love to entertain. But there's one situation would drive a bloke insane. It's Friday night down at the club, I've just begun me song. But what's that bloody noise I hear over the intercom? And it's number 97 to the snack bar, please. Carton of chips, hamburger with cheese. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. I used to sing sweet love songs, winning the ladies' hearts, till the night me brother won a jackpot, right in the romantic part. There's flashing lights and ringing bells coming through the door, and 500 bloody 2-bob bits rattling around the floor. And it's number 97 to the snack bar, please. Carton of chips, hamburger with cheese. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. I was spinning a yarn the other night, I had the audience in me hands. They're rolling around with laughter, but it made me feel quite grand. I'm coming to the punchline, draw me breath and then Daphne Duffy wanted on the telephone. There's that noise again. And it's number 97 to the snack bar, please. Carton of chips, hamburger with cheese. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. Now I don't wish to brag, you know, but I think I sing quite well. But there's one place I don't excel, it's me local RSL. So I chucked it in and headed off for the local pub. I'm just getting into the swing of things when there's this noisy overdub. What goes? Number 97 to the snack bar, please. Carton of chips, hamburger with cheese. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. Well, I've gone back to the club, you know, and now I am a star. Though I'm not singing anymore, I sit behind the bar. It's HMX 319, you've left your headlights on, and Fred Jones is on the telephone. You want it in the foyer, Ron? And it's number 97 to the snack bar, please. Carton of chips, hamburger with cheese. Number 97 to the snack bar, please. Number 97 to the snack bar, please.
Bigby River, so bright I was born in a hut made of husks of the tall yellow corn. And there I first spied my Julia so true, and I rode her about in my gumtree canoe, singing roll away, roll o'er the waters so blue, like a feather will float in our gumtree canoe, singing roll away, roll o'er the waters so blue, like a feather will float in our gumtree canoe.
All day in the field of soft cotton I'd hoe, and I'd think of my Julia and sing as I go. And I'd capture a bird with a wing of true blue, and at night sail around in my gumtree canoe, singing row away, row, all the water's so blue, like a feather we'll float in our gumtree canoe, singing row away, row, all the water's so blue, like a feather we'll float in our gumtree canoe.
With my hands on the banjo and a toe on the oar, I'd sing to the sound of the river's soft roar, while the stars they look down on my Julia so true, and dance in her eyes in my gum tree canoe, singing roll away, roll, o'er the water's so blue, like a feather will float in our gum tree canoe, singing roll away, roll, o'er the water's so blue, like a feather will float in our gum tree canoe.
One day the stream bore us so far away that we couldn't come back, so we thought we'd just stay. Then we spied a tall ship with a flag of true blue, and it took us in tow in our gum tree canoe, singing roll away, roll, o'er the water's so blue, like a feather will float in our gum tree canoe, singing roll away, roll, o'er the water's so blue, like a feather will float in our gum tree canoe.
west, from the Hammersley Range to the snowy crest, from the Lachlan Plains to the Broken Hill, but my heart's at the Johnston River still. Now the time has come when I must return, where the vine scrub grows and the cane fires burn, where the vine scrub grows and the cane fires burn. By the Yarra now the cold rain falls, and the wind is bleak from the Bass Strait squalls. I stand and wonder in the chill, has the season started at Mulgrave Mill? For autumn comes and I must return, where the harvesters chuck and the trash fires burn, where the harvesters chuck and the trash fires burn. The smog is thick and stings the eye, where the harbour bridge fills half the sky, and the sirens wail through Sydney town. But I dream of Tully when the sun goes down, where the rainforest covers the hills with green, the cane grows tall and the air is clean, the cane grows tall and the air is clean. I've been wandering south and west, on land and sea, but the north is best. Now autumn comes with its hint of snows, and I must follow where the egret goes, to watch the evening's first faint star from Flying Fish Point or Yarra Bar, from Flying Fish Point or Yarrabah. I've wandered east, I've wandered west, from the Hammersley Range to the Snowy Crest, from the Lachlan Plains to the Broken Hill. But my heart's at the Johnston River still. Now the time has come when I must return, where the vine scrub grows and the cane fires burn, where the vine scrub grows and the cane fires burn.
I love to see the magpies walking in me garden, sit by the window and have a cup of tea. I love to hear the magpies talking in me garden, sit by the window and have a cup of tea. Gargles music in his throat, dances in his formal coat. He pokes about and grabs a worm and pops it down his throat. He tilts his head and walks, and as they stroll they talk. Sounds like shunting railway carriages or blackboard scratched with chalk. I love to see the magpies walking in me garden, sit by the window and have a cup of tea. I love to hear the magpies talking in me garden, sit by the window and have a cup of tea. Come dressed for tea and they wait so patiently. We have a chat, they chase the cat or watch me from a tree. And to them life is a song, in my garden they belong, with the little willy wagtail or the cheeky currawong. I love to see the magpies walking in me garden, sit by the window and have a cup of tea. I love to hear the magpies talking in me garden, sit by the window and have a cup of tea.
Daylight is falling, it touches this old mulga tree. Wonga birds flying, a bush wind is sighing. This wide open country is free. From saltbush to sea spray, ghost gum and jarrah, coachwood and banksia tree. From the Moreton Bay fig to the tree that said dig, this land was once wild and free. Shadows and sunbeams make patterns in forests, like seaweed, the movement of ferns. A whipbird has spoken, another will answer. Slowly this old planet turns. Mile and myrtle, cypress and she oak, Christmas bush, pyramid tree, cedar and satinwood, dogwood, ironbark. This land was once wild and free. The mountain holds secrets, its valleys and gorges are soft with the dreaming of years. Just one thing is certain, time draws no curtain. At sunset the moon will appear. Currajong wattle, black bean and bloodwood, Waratah coral flame tree, Kwangdong and Wandu, mangrove and mallee. This land was once wild and free. Desert is sleeping, the stars go a-creeping, Wanginas watch over this plain. From the silvery silence, without greed or violence, may the wilderness bloom once again. Wild cherry and bunya, blackbutt and wilga, gidgee, raspberry, jam tree, black boy and bullock, Huon and Norfolk. This land was once wild and free. Rush box and paperbark, Berrigan and Bangalore, Boobialla and turpentine tree, red gum and coolabah, rosewood, grevillea. This land was once wild and free. Carrie, Hakea, mountain ash and moona, tulip wood, wild orange tree, bottle brush, blackjack, yarran and kuba. This land was once wild and free. From saltbush to sea spray, ghost gum and jarrah, coachwood and banksia tree. From the Moreton Bay fig to the tree that said dig, this land was once wild and free.
As I went out to have a bat just the other day, I had no idea what was coming my way. I played a chanceless innings and I earned every run, and I made 100 in the backyard at Mum's. Oh, I made 100 in the backyard at Mum's. I clobbered and I crunched every fabulous run. I toiled and I sweated, and when the day was done, I'd made 100 in the backyard at Mum's. I started out real shaky, like just poking around. Me sister with her off breaks, well, she had me pinned down. But when me little brother bowled, I gave him the clout. And when we stopped for lunch, I was 24 not out. Then me Uncle Nev came on bowling his quicks, but I was scoring freely with deflections and flicks. As I passed me 50, I paused for a beer, and when I hit the roof next door, they all began to cheer. 'Cause I made 100 in the backyard at Mum's. I clobbered and I crunched every fabulous run. I toiled and I sweated, and when the day was done, I'd made 100 in the backyard at Mum's. I took some on the body, but they didn't hurt a bit. I only hit the ball that was there to be hit. I hooked them off me eyebrows and I tried to keep me head, and the ton came up with a straight drive through the window of the shed. Oh, I made 100 in the backyard at Mum's. I clobbered and I crunched every fabulous run. I toiled and I sweated, and when the day was done, I'd made 100 in the backyard at Mum's. He made 100 in the backyard at Mum's. Hey!
Dear Mrs. Allen, I write to you today to say that I was with your son just before he passed away. I trained with him at Goulburn and we travelled on to France, and I was there when he got hit in the German advance. It seems so long ago now since we marched into your town, and all the young men heard the call and signed their names straight down, and the girls and the children proudly cheered us all along. Our bib and Luke that day was a feast of speech and song. But the snowy rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud. From Goulburn to Sydney, then a ship from Circular Quay, a spirit of adventure stirred and filled both Les and me. It was great to be with comrades true and travelling abroad. For a while the war seemed far away and the world was to be taught. In Durban the natives took us travelling in style, in rickshaws that they pulled along at a shilling a mile. In Cape Town we watched the black boys diving in the bay. The Snowies had a good time there and would have liked to stay. And the snowy rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud. When we landed at Plymouth, we'd spent 8 weeks at sea, and in train straightway for Wilton, where our camp turned out to be. They treated us well there, so we really can't complain. Though the sky was grey, the weather bleak, and it always seemed to rain. When we set sail for France, the weather had turned fine, and it wasn't long before the call to reinforce the line. Then a shell whined above us, and we were raked with stones and mud. and I turned and saw Les sitting there in a pool of his own blood. And the snowy rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud. He stared as the blood poured out of his legless thigh, and I carried him back to the 8-post close nearby. His blood soaked my uniform, but he never breathed a sigh, and I had no idea then that he was going to die. When I left him, he spoke of a pain inside his chest. I suppose that's what killed him, I just don't know the rest. But I know that we all miss him and can't help but wonder why so many snowy men so quickly had to die. And the snowy rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud. We hear the King's grateful for all the men who've died, and is sending home a photo of the graves in which they lie. Well, I still think that the cause is right, but it's not clear anymore why so many Australian men should die in Europe's war. We hope with our hearts that time will ease the pain of never once to see his face or hear his voice again. But I've seen so much death now since that day on which he died, that I can't now be the snowy man that once I was inside. And the snowy rivermen just couldn't march today. There's far too many of them dead for the rest to feel that way. The cold ground of Europe has been watered with their blood. There's a strange new crop of crosses rising in this foreign mud.